Chapter 62:24. Marshall said at this time, "Oh, I seem to have always driven a fuel car. And I don't have any requirements for the car computer. It's enough to have a Bluetooth phone, listen to music, and listen to the radio. I have no concept of this thing." Marcus nodded and said, "I don't quite understand it either. I have never been in contact with the new energy vehicle industry. And I haven't even driven a new energy vehicle." After that, he asked Charlie, "Charlie, do you understand?" Charlie smiled and said, "Me? I'm not afraid of my uncle laughing at me. The only time I could drive a car every day was after Leon found me. I never bought a car for myself. The only two cars I have are two supercars given to me by others. I may have driven them once or twice, 2 or 3 times. Until now, I still drive the BMW 5 Series that I bought for my father-in-law." As he said that, he suddenly remembered Jemima's Tesla, and said, "I seem to have driven a friend's Tesla in Hong Kong. But I only drove it for a short time at that time. And I didn't study the car computer and the so-called assisted driving at all." Pollard thought about it and smiled. "How to describe this car computer specifically? You know Balotelli who plays football, right?" Except for the old man, several other men nodded. Balotelli, who likes to think about life on the court, is familiar to men who like to watch football and those who don't watch football much. Pollard continued, "In my opinion, he has top-notch hardware and third-rate car computers. If he could have the football IQ of Messi or Ronaldinho, he would definitely be a superstar. Unfortunately, he can't make up for this shortcoming." Everyone understood what Pollard meant. Charlie said, "Since the software adaptation of the car computer is very important, then build a strong software development team. The big money has been spent, not this little money." Pollard agreed and said, "Yes, that's what I mean. Many traditional car companies have transformed into new energy, and the car computer software can't keep up. So they have chosen to outsource. This is basically a mess, just like the copycat phones of the year, with a very poor experience. Since you have chosen to directly cut into the new energy track and have extremely abundant financial reserves, you must grasp the software well." As he said, Pollard continued, "By the way, there are also high-precision maps, which is also very important. It is very important. Car navigation, assisted driving, and even higher-level autonomous driving cannot do without it. At this stage, everyone has access to several common service providers on the market. If there is an opportunity, you can invest in one or simply acquire one." Marcus nodded and said, "These are all very valuable suggestions. We will definitely consider them seriously and strive to implement them as soon as possible." As he said, Marcus looked at Pollard and asked, "Professor Watt, since you have such in-depth research on new energy, I wonder if you are interested in working with us to manage this project?" Without Charlie's signal, Marcus had already seen the great value of Pollard. He and the Yin family had made a decision when acquiring Jiao Hang. After all, it was a project worth billions of dollars, and the professional threshold was very high. It was necessary to dig out a truly knowledgeable expert to manage it. Otherwise, if you just rely on money and a hot mind to do such a big project, the result will definitely be that you have paid the tuition fee. Even if he didn't meet Pollard today, he would still arrange for a headhunter to find a suitable operator nationwide. But he didn't expect that Charlie would send a top candidate as soon as they returned to Oris Hill. Pollard smiled and declined, "To be honest with you, Mr. N, my mind is now focused on teaching and educating people. Besides, I have been away from practical operations for too long. And all I can talk about are theoretical matters. If I really have to operate, I don't have the ability to do so." Mr. N, who had been silent, waved his hand and said seriously, "Professor Watt, don't belittle yourself. I think you are definitely qualified for this position. The key is whether you want to do it or not. If you really only want to teach and educate people, then no matter what we say, you may not agree. But if you still have a little interest and expectation in operating such a huge project, then you must consider it carefully. We have invested $3 billion in Gaoheng Automobile. If we count the power battery, we have invested more than $10 billion. But for this matter, we can invest another $30 billion. In that case, this is a $40 billion plate. This scale may not be available in any new car company in the world. Even the world's top dancers may not be able to show their grace on a $40 billion stage. This opportunity may only come once in a lifetime. The old man's words immediately caught Pollard's soul. Starting with a $40 billion stage is unprecedented in the history of new energy vehicles. Even Remy, which was popular all over the country some time ago, has only announced an investment of 10 billion renminbi. $40 billion is nearly 300 billion renminbi. This is not just about building a car company, but directly building an entire industry chain. For professional managers all over the world, who dare to hope for such a good opportunity? What kind of start is this? A dreamlike start. How lucky would it be to realize your ambitions on such a stage? Once successful, what kind of achievement would it be? At this moment, Pollard's heart, which was originally as strong as a copper wall, began to crack. Seeing that he was entangled instead of refusing immediately, Charlie knew that he must have had some thoughts. So, he immediately added fuel to the fire and said, "Uncle, didn't you say that it's hard to find an opportunity to overtake on the curve?" "I thought of an opportunity, I don't know if it's reliable." Pollard asked hurriedly, "What opportunity?" Others immediately looked at Charlie with a very concerned expression. Charlie said, "The Rothschild family is building a set of the world's most advanced AI models for me in Northern Europe. The only limitation is that I can't use it for commercial purposes. But I am sure that they can give me a commercial license in the automotive field, and it is an exclusive license. The current AI model's main revenue direction is to provide AI computing for individuals and enterprises. Thousands of industries can access and use it, but there is no actual application in the automotive field." Although Charlie did not dare to guarantee that Simon would give him the entire AI commercial license in thousands of fields, it was not difficult to get an exclusive right to use it in the automotive field.